You know that feeling when the pressure is really on, your stress is just peaking, and you fire off a sharp, impulsive reply to someone,
Oh, yeah. The dreaded send in regret.
right? And then almost immediately, that heavy pit of regret just like settles right in your stomach.
It is completely universal. I mean, especially when we're stretched really thin.
Well, today, we're actually fixing that. We're doing a deep dive into a communication circuit breaker from Dr. Fang Cheng Carr's book, John Mindful L. Jim Now.
Yeah, it's such a great practical tool.
It really is. It's this mindful speaking framework that's designed to transform those highly stressful everyday conversations into actual moments of care.
And we desperately need a circuit breaker, honestly, because of what happens to our brains under pressure.
Right. Because we kind of lose our minds a little bit.
Pretty much, yeah. The source actually illustrates this by looking at healthcare, doctors and nurses who are operating in these incredibly high-stakes environments.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Talk about stress.
Exactly. And when a wave of stress hits, our amygdala, which is basically the brain's threat detector, it just completely takes over.
So we go straight into that fight or flight reaction.
Boom! Instantly.
It's like driving on autopilot in a sudden storm.
Oh, I like that analogy.
Yeah. Like you can't see the road, the conditions are terrible, but instead of slowing down, you just react blindly. You're swerving all over the place.
And inevitably, you crash right into the other person's feelings.
Exactly.
And that crash, it really damages trust. The harsh, reactive words we use when the amygdala is driving, they can sever human connection in a second.
Yeah, whether it's a patient, a colleague, or, your family. But I do have to push back here for a second, though.
Okay, go for it.
If you're genuinely overwhelmed, like if a patient is screaming at a nurse or your boss is demanding an impossible deadline.
Right, real-world stress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it really realistic to expect perfect communication?
Mm.
Or is this just about biting your tongue and faking a smile until it passes?
That is such a fair question. But no, it's not at all about just suppressing the truth.
Okay.
Biting your tongue is it's just suppressing the reaction, which usually just builds resentment over time.
Yeah, that makes sense. It boils over eventually.
Exactly. The actual goal is to force your prefrontal cortex, which is the logical reasoning part of your brain, to turn back on and override that panic.
Oh, I see. So you need a way to snap out of it.
Right. And to do that quickly before you actually speak, you need a heuristic, like a simple automatic mental filter.
And that is where the T.H.I.N.K acronym comes into play, right?
You got it. T.H.I.N.K.
So instead of just reacting to the storm, it's about disengaging the autopilot and actually grabbing the wheel when the weather gets rough.
That is exactly the mechanism at work. And, rather than looking at T.H.I.N.K as some rigid checklist, view it as demanding 3 distinct levels of awareness from you.
Okay, let's break that down.
So first, you evaluate the content of your message. Is it truthful? And is it helpful? That's the T and the H.
Meaning, like, am I being honest and sincere, and will this actually support or benefit the other person?
Yes, exactly.
Or am I just, venting my own frustration because I want to feel better in the moment?
And that is a huge distinction because, a lot of impulsive comments pass the truthful test, right? But they completely fail the helpful test.
Oh, totally. You're always late might be true, but it's rarely helpful.
Spot on. But let's say your comment is both true and helpful. The framework then forces you to look at the context.
Okay, the context.
Right. This is the I and the N. Is it intelligent and is it needed?
See, this is the part that completely shifts the dynamic for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because intelligent asks if this is the right time, place, and way to say it. And needed asks if it actually has to be said right now.
It's all about timing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can have a thought that is 100% truthful and theoretically helpful, but the other person is already overwhelmed. Bringing it up in that exact second is just, it's just piling on.
It really is.
It's better left unsaid, or at least saved for later when they can actually process it,
It prevents so much unnecessary conflict. Filtering for intelligent and needed really respects the other person's current capacity to hear you.
Which brings us to the final piece, I guess, delivery.
Right. The K. It stands for kind. Can I say this with empathy and care?
It really reframes the whole interaction. You aren't avoiding hard truths or conflict at all.
No, not at all.
You're just delivering them with warmth instead of weapons.
I love how you put that. Applying this filter ensures your words foster emotional safety.
Yeah.
It takes a routine, potentially destructive reaction, and it elevates it into a conscious response. It proves that even under intense pressure, you can still operate from a place of care.
I think that's such a powerful takeaway. So the next time you find yourself caught in a storm, about to send a stressed out message or snap at someone, run it through that filter first.
Yeah, it takes practice to engage that prefrontal cortex.
It really does. And here is something to mull over today as we wrap up.
Let's hear it.
Truthful, helpful, intelligent, needed, kind. Which of those 5 criteria is consistently the hardest for you to pass?